Welcome to Beauty and the Gi, the podcast about jujitsu and so much more. I'm Jen Eads, a blue belt. Just a blue belt, not feeling anything else.
No longer curious.
No longer curious, just swimming in frustration.
I'm AJ Klingerman, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, still obsessed with Jiu-Jitsu.
That never changes, does it?
I don't think so. I mean, I get tired for sure, but I'm still obsessed with it.
Yeah, I get that. I can see that.
Yeah.
So welcome to the podcast. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're new, we have a starter pack for you of some of our favorite episodes, some listener favorites, and we've got a link to it in the show notes. All you have to do is click.
I recently went and taught a seminar at Open Guard in Wisconsin, and there were people they were talking about that they listened to the podcast, but this one girl said, I started at the beginning, and I was like, oh, you have a lot's changed in my life.
Which some of those we'll be getting into in this episode. And something else that I wanted to mention, because this was kind of surprising to me, but I checked it out today since, I knew we were going to record. So this is episode number 137.
Okay.
And we have over 54,000 downloads in 89 countries.
Nice. That's awesome.
I was kind of excited about all because we just show up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's results. I'm really hoping that will translate to my jiu-jitsu someday.
It does. I mean, you can't just show up because I've had students before that transferred from other places that literally showed up and didn't drill, barely rolled. I don't think that counts.
No.
But I think if you're participating, yeah, it helps.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if we just showed up and didn't talk, I'm not sure that our podcast would get anywhere.
I think you're probably right about that. Sometimes I'm surprised it goes anywhere when we do talk. But alas, here we are. So thank you, everybody that has listened and shared. That feels like a little milestone to be celebrated.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what's been going on, AJ?
Well, in the last month, I changed the name of my academy. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So probably a lot of our audience may or may not know, I don't know, that I've gone through a divorce in the past year, basically, or been going through it in the last year. And that's all been finalized now. I got ownership, I guess, of one of our academies, the one that I was teaching most of the classes at. So I was teaching night classes there. I got ownership of that building. That's not true. I don't own the building. I got ownership of the lease.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I got ownership of the bills for that building. But I had to change the name and all of that. So we are now Roll Model Grappling Academy. And on Instagram, that's Roll Model HQ. So for the headquarters.
Very good.
We are a co-ed academy. So I think that was one of the big questions as I was telling people we were changing the name, as they were worried that we were going to be women only. And that's definitely not true. We're still, not nearly as many women as men, even though we do have the largest women's team in the state. But yeah, so it's been crazy. I've been teaching a lot of additional classes, a lot more classes than I was before. And really, it's just been a lot to kind of get it all set up.
Uh-huh.
We're obviously trying to build the school. So, follow us on social media. That'd be helpful. And if you know anyone in the Indianapolis area, send them our way. We always do a free 30-day trial, and we do a private lesson to get them started. That's a free private lesson. So, send people our way. And if ever you're coming through town, please come and train with us. We have day and evening classes. We have guests all the time. We don't charge a drop-in fee. We don't require any special color gi or anything like that. So
yeah, come roll with us.
Yeah. That feels like the update from the academy side.
Okay, cool. What else is on your mind this week?
Well, so you made the move from where you were training to be a full-time student at Roll Model Grappling Academy.
Uh-huh.
How's your training going?
Good. I mean, the usual frustrations. Being a blue belt. Other than that, I mean, it's great. I love my teammates. I like my coach. She's all right.
Thanks.
My coach / co-host. Yeah, it's good. I mean, from my experience end, I mean, nothing's changed. I get a 30-minute drive now, which is nice because then I can catch up on my podcast listening. And then if I've had a bad day, I've got 30 minutes to not be a cranky troll when I walk through the door and I get home.
I bet Beth appreciates that.
I think she does. Yeah. So I'm definitely seeing the upside to this.
Yes. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. I like the opportunity to get to listen to some podcasts too. So that's good.
Yeah, it's good to catch up on because for the longest time, I mean, I wasn't really driving anywhere except to class. And when it was up here, it was like 10 minutes from the house. So, can't really listen to a lot of podcasts then.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you making the change and the extra drive to come down.
It's worth it.
Yeah. And we've had some of the morning crew joining us. But, that's been a hard part too, is like I miss the morning guys at Endurance. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good dudes. I hope they come visit.
Absolutely. Anytime. That's the thing too, is like we always welcome cross training. Like people can come from other academies and train with us. It happens all the time. If they don't feel comfortable, because like some schools don't allow cross training. So then we just don't take pictures of them. We don't tag them in posts. Like we can keep it between us. You just come and train. It doesn't have to be anything crazy.
So who's your coach now?
So Rachel Casillas and Ray Casillas are my coaches. Yeah. Obviously I've been friends with them for, 15 years or more. And Rachel's always been, both of them really have been people that I've looked up to and learned from. And so it's kind of cool to have them help me continue my journey.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Me too. And honestly, it was a really hard part of the divorce was like losing my coach. Never did I expect that I would eventually get my black belt from someone other than him.
Yeah.
So that was definitely one of the things that was, something I had to kind of mourn.
Mm-hmm.
But I am really excited to someday get my black belt from Ray and Rachel.
So what's the latest with Roll Model Grappling Camp? What's the update? It's because it's coming soon.
It's coming very soon. We're like 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
Crazy. We've got everything kind of getting finalized as far as the schedule goes, the kids coaches, the round tables. We're working on potentially a new workshop. So that's kind of something we're trying to get finalized so that we can announce and be excited about. Working on all the swag. So everybody that comes will get some swag. I'm very excited about what we're giving out. It's pretty big deal. I'm missing
nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We've got some good booths coming, so you can do lots of shopping. We're about 65% sold out. So if you're not registered, there's still time to get registered. Probably not true for kids though. Last I checked, we had 3 spots left for the next gen. Yeah, so you can check to see if there's still spots online when you're listening to this, but there's a good chance by the time this comes out and you're hearing it, we'll be sold out of the next gen spots. Come prepared to do some jiu-jitsu shopping. We've ordered a bunch of rash guards and spats. Those are ranked gear. And then we have Gaidama coming. Yeah.
So no changes for camp or anything then? Like this doesn't impact that?
Yeah, it does not impact it at all. It's, good that we still have the place that will train Thursday night. For the last several camps on Thursday night, we invite everybody to come in and just train in our regular classes. And that's, so 5:00, we do like an advanced women's only class for blue belts and above. And on the other mat, there's a no-gi co-ed class. So you could do either one of those. 6:00, we do women's only, all, ranks. And on the other mat, there's kickboxing. So you could do that too. And then at 7:00, we do a big co-ed jiu-jitsu class. So And most of the time, one or more of the camp instructors teach those classes.
So I know that you have been traveling around and there's more travel in the future. So where can our friends find you, like out in the world?
Yeah. So this coming weekend, so Memorial Day weekend, I'll be in Texas. Rissa and I are going down there to teach a couple seminars. We'll be at Third Coast one day and at Flux one day. So we're basically in Houston one day and like Dallas, Fort Worth area the other. Cool. The following weekend, so the first weekend in June, we're in Las Vegas. I'm teaching at the Grow Live seminar.
That'll be fun. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in. We would love to hear from you. You can connect with us on Instagram at Beauty in the Gi Podcast. If you know somebody that needs to hear this podcast or a specific episode, be sure you share it with them or share your favorite episode on Instagram and tag us to let us know. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the mat.